special feeling at Oldsmobile. There is a special feeling at Oldsmobile. More than the luxury ride, it's a feeling of pride that you feel inside.
So I just took the CD player out of my car from the 91 Toronado, the gold one. So I just took this out and I was looking at the stickers on the back here. Let me flip this around. This is the original player. You know, it shows like the mounting angle, or what manufacture date was, November 8th, 1990, which is probably around what the date of this car was actually built on, either that day or the day after. Shows all the model numbers and all that. Really cool. This CD player actually still worked. I just don't really have a use for it. I might be putting it into my black Toronado though, so we'll see about that. But since I use this car going back out to and from work every day, I decided to change it up since, well, I have my phone in my hand, but I'm going to be putting this back on. So you got two clips here. I got this holding bracket, and usually what would happen is this cover plate would go over it, but I got this instead. It's a delete plate with a little cubby holder, and it just clips onto the back of this. My hand's too big. The space is too small. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's just two bolts that hold this entire assembly in. And then to disconnect it from the actual CD player, I just loosened these two 10 mil bolts on the side, and it just came right out. I just had to loosen them because you can slide it back, so you can have you can adjust it if you want it either forward or backwards or left and right, however the heck you want it, really. Okay, that's both tight. So now we take our plate here. So the edge that has the curvature on it always goes to the right, and then the flat edge, or the flatter edge, goes towards the driver. So slide that in there. We'll push down on the top, and then push. There we go. Push on the top, and then push on the bottom. Have it lock in. There we go. That's pretty much it, really. A little bit of a space here. I think these delete plates used a different style plate, like sort of like the 90, where the material goes farther back and it has the screws on each side. But yeah, I have to replace this anyway, so I'm going to replace this actually with a 90 center console, because this one has two. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's got two cigarette burn marks there. So yeah, so I'm going to replace that eventually. Plus it's just disgusting. I can't get any of this crap out of here, and like some of these pennies in here are just like stuck in there. It's disgusting. I don't even want to touch it. So I want to pull it out, clean it off, and then I'll be throwing this center console into my 92, because this is the only style that it takes. And then I'll put the 90 in here, because the 90 and the 91s are pretty interchangeable, because it's got the clips on either side that you can put the bolts into, and I got the bolts. So yeah, there's that. So now I can just, you know, throw stuff into it and forget about it or something, you know. I think it looks good. Some of the other ones even have like just a delete plate, like it's just a bare plate that goes over top of it. So yeah, I think that's pretty neat. Little mod to do on them. So this is like the original one. It's got like this like square embroider in it, you know, and then the radio goes inside there, or not radio, but the CD, either CD player or the cassette player, which I do have a spare cassette player as well. So if I ever want to put that in there, I can just swap it out. It's very, very, very simple. Next thing I want to do is, there's a sensor on top of here that I want to replace, and I also want to replace the dashboard in this, because it's really worn, and then like the light bulbs on this side go flicker in and out during the nighttime. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and place that next. We're gonna be pulling this bolt here, this one here. I guess these are technically screws. This one here, and then there is one, yeah, way underneath here, next to the parking brake and the pedal for the parking brake. And then this just pops off, and then there's 2 bolts behind this. So there's one here, and then one behind here. But I'll go ahead and show that. Yeah, it's a little hard to explain when you're trying to actually do all this, or even do it yourself. Really wish I had a tripod working again. I lost a little connector piece for it, so yeah, my bad on that. Uh-oh, where'd that just go? Oh, there it is. I'm just dumb. There, safekeeping on the little rest there. I also want to try, if I can find like an 86 through, or sorry, 80, what is it? Yeah, 86 through 89 Toronado or touring sedan. It's got that U shifter, and I want to try to put it into this, because this one is, you know, dirty and worn out. But I believe I can retrofit the U shifter to work on this, but I have to replace the whole shifter assembly. But it should work because it's about the same diameter in this, so I should be able to use the original center console and all that. So I think that'd be a good project one day, is when I go to find one, or if I go down to Cincinnati and visit Dylan there again, because he's got a, what was it, 88 or 89 Toronado down there in his junkyard. It's got a red shifter, so I have to like figure out how to dye leather, make it either black or make it like this tan color. I think that'd be cool if I can find one of those. Yep. I really just really enjoy working on these cars, though. You know, they're very, very easy to work on. Even though it looks like I'm struggling here, it's just because my tools are all rusty. Haven't used them in a while. Just haven't really worked on a car in a long time. Okay, I just moved the top bolts, so now I should be able to fling it back and forth like that. I just removed the bolt from the bottom, which is this really long one. It's a silver color, you can't really miss it. It's right, let's see if I can show it. It's right underneath there. There's a little hole there. I'm not sure if that even showed it, but so what we're gonna be doing is gonna reach underneath here, pull a little bit on this side, pull a little bit on that side, and there we go. It should fall out. It's just held in by these 2 long clips, and then that bolt right there. And then I don't know why they did that, but there's nothing there. It's just like a support. So I'm just gonna set that up on the good old dashboard there. So now we have access. I'll bring the steering wheel up. So now I got access to that bolt there and that bolt there. They're both 7mm, so I'll throw that on real quick. And I'll throw on the extension again. So as soon as I do that, I'll be right back. Okay, I just pulled both of those wheels out. And I'm going to try to do this to the best of my ability. So just gotta pull it. There's a clip on this side, and I believe there's a clip somewhere in here, but you gotta pull in order to get this out. Plus it's just really, really snug up against the steering column, so it should pop up forward like that. And you're gonna want to try to lean it forward and then to the right. Oop, there goes the steering column. You got to hold it down as well. So try to bring it over. This is probably not a good view. So what I'm doing is I'm holding the steering column down as I slowly bring it over to the right. So I want to try to do it on camera because I think it'd be neat. I Okay, switch hands. This is a horrible viewpoint. There we go. Okay. So I just got it out. So yeah, you pull it out from the right hand side. So stick that bad boy right there, because that's a nice cluster, or not, bezel. So there we go. Here's all the inner workings of the Toronado. You got your cluster, you got your headlight module, and for your fog lights, twilight sense, and all that, which we will be replacing that sensor. You got all of your information center, doodads and thingamabobs, whatever you want to call it, and then you got your VIC, the main brain of this whole thing. Really neat, very, I would say, not complicated. It's just really messy. Like there is like 4 to 5 motherboards in here, and then all underneath here is like a bunch of adjusters and all that. You can get really involved into these, and along with the whole delete plate thing, we're going to be replacing the cluster because it's all worn out. You see that the little dials on here are like white, and like these are starting to fade. And then you look at the new one. So new, old, new, old. So that looks 100 times better. And plus I've been having problems with the lights on that side. So yeah, I actually found this out of a car at a LKQ in Toledo. They marked this son of a gun up with all the stickers. There's freaking LKQ stickers all over this son of a gun. But yeah, it's got the original marking sticker, the original, when it was done. It says 8/11/2000. It's got this like R, which I believe was the inspector's signature, because I got a couple of these. I got 5 of these clusters, and most of them have this like R, so they were all done in a similar time. And then you have 8/11/2000, and DH was the advisor on that when they rebuilt this. So this was a rebuilt cluster by GM at one point. But I ain't complaining, so it just means it's going to last longer. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull this. You got a bolt up here, a bolt here, and then you have to pull, cluster sliding on me, set that back down there. You have to pull this off, which is, there's a bolt here and a bolt here, and there's one bolt behind here, and then one way in the corner there, if you see it, right in there. You don't have to pull this to get at it, but it's a little tight, but you can get it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's a little tricky doing it. You have to have 2 hands for it, but it's simple enough. It's just pull the bolts in, and then it'll pop right out. Alright, got all the bolts out, so now it should just pull off. Also undid the 2 bolts here, and it just let it sit here like this. So just pop it, and it should pop right out, and pull it, and then start slowly bringing it to the right, just like the other bezel down there. So there you go, there's the cluster. It's out, literally held in by one plug. Funny enough, this cluster was rebuilt by the auto shop down in Tipton, Iowa. And they are the same ones that had a 1988 Oldsmobile Toronado Trofeo that they put a VIC in. They also converted to a 5-speed manual and put a Series 2 38 supercharged engine in it. Crazy. Literally like a dream build for me, and someone actually did it. It is possible. And they gave most of the information away on how they did it. Like how did they do a conversion for a manual for a engine that never came with a manual, besides in the Corvette, which had a completely different sitting position. So there you go, just put that in there like that. I really want to get rid of this LKQ sticker. It drives me insane. There's like glue residue down there, but oh well. It's the only one I have that's in this nice of condition. So beggars can't be choosers in this sort of deal. So I'm going to get this properly aligned in here. You need both hands for it, and I'll be right back. Alright, it's all back together now. Just opposite of what I just did. Got the cover on, which is the last piece to go on. Yeah, got all the bolts together. So on to the next thing, which is replacing the sensor up here, which is these little blue sensor here. I got two of them just in case if one doesn't work. So yeah, I accidentally dropped this one on the ground. So let's put the one in that I didn't drop on the ground. Very simple. So what you do is you get yourself a flathead screwdriver. You just take it, put it in there. Just push it on each side. Just be very gentle with it. It doesn't take a lot of force to get it out. There we go. And then just slowly work your way down, popping it. There we go. There we go. So the whole thing came out. See, if you're gentle with things, nothing will break. A lessons that took me a while to learn, to be honest. So then you just got this little sensor here. You can either pull that out with your hand, or you can take your handy dandy screwdriver and pry up on that as well. Just go back and forth between each side. You don't want to pull it too hard and break the connector for it. Uh-oh. Well, I just dropped down in there. I'll have to grab that. Let's see here. Where'd that go? Uh-oh. That goes a long way down. Well, shoot. Let's see if I can see where that went. There it is down there. Oh man. Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to get the magnet for that one. Hopefully it latches onto the sensor. But anyway, you just take your sensor here, come up here, and then just plug that in. Just make sure you have the little two clips there facing the same way as the little sections in the orange spot. Just push it down. There you go. And then you just put the cover back on. You see where it has it. The cover opens up right there, and then you got your big old sensor, which I believe that's the weather, for like the weather, to tell what the temperature is outside. So yeah, I'm gonna go grab a magnet real quick and fish that out. So I'll be right back. All right, got the sensor out. Place that in there for safekeeping. Put the bezel back on. So just press it down. Now we're good to go. So finally I got everything done. Boy oh boy, does it look cherry now. So good. Exactly how I want it. So yeah, that's everything I really wanted to do today. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.